Okay. Now, what we are going to cover in FICO will be first in finance. In finance, we will be covering a lot about chart of accounts, ledgers, company, company code, controlling area, and controlling area will mean profit centers, and product cost controlling, um, cost distribution, controlling area is okay. Journal entries, material master, purchase orders, payments, expenses, cost capture. Okay. And we will have in cost distribution, and of course profitability analysis and product cost controlling, and that much about it. Okay. So this is a long course, and I will require you to actually input um, a daily of 30 minutes or maybe less than 30 minutes at start. And but daily practice is necessary, is essential, vital for learning. And daily 30 minutes is good thing. And if we talk about going into details like company and company code, our company or company code will be called Delmont FMCG, okay, or not Delmont, let's say yeah, Motors, and Genuine Motors will be dealing in passenger vehicles and SUVs. Okay. And of course, one thing more, we will also have plants. We will make a plant and also talk about material ledger. We'll talk about fiscal year variant, posting period variant, and GLs, master data, and also what else shall we cover in this? In SUVs, of course, and then we will have quite rich discussion in all these areas. Speaking of finance, we'll go to accounting, financial accounting, general ledger. And when we talk about GL master data, this is where we actually establish the backbone of the entire landscape. Okay. And this is where GL accounts are actually made for every accounting segment. And this part is basically our chart of accounts. And in chart of accounts, we have GL accounts. Okay. Now, in GL accounts, of course, how these are made, why these are made, this will be the part of our discussion when we start making GL accounts. Okay. And we will have more controls, and those controls will, of course, will be discussed as well. So once we have done with GL master data, we'll also go for journal entries, but before that, we'll establish these areas as well. And we'll speak of SAP hierarchy first so that we can understand what it is. So first comes company. Under company, the hierarchy is such that controlling area. Under controlling area, we have company codes. And under company codes, we have plants, sales org. Under plants, we have locations, storage locations. Okay, and under sales org, we have sales org, sales areas, officers. Okay. And in plants, we have purchase organizations. Okay. So controlling area basically effectively controls company codes, and plants and sales org report to company codes. That's how the hierarchy is. So at company level, we have profitability analysis. And of course, the company, which is Genuine Motors, will be the mother company. Okay. Profitability analysis will be in USD, and this will be in USD. And company code will be in, let's say, A. Okay. So we can have multiple currencies as well, but we'll discuss that later on. First, we have to base our company codes first. Okay. So this is just the front end that I spoke of, but before we actually reach this point, we need some preparations. Okay. Preparations as in how, for example, if I open this node again, so we have expenses here, salary, and this is a GL account for salary, and this is called a primary cost or revenue segment type, and it is stationed with account group expenses. Okay. And for that, if we want GL account to be made, for that we need a company code, we need other settings like field status group. Now, what is field status group? I'll tell this later on. Okay. And in controls, we need to see what else do we have to manage. Okay. We have cost element category there. So we're not actually going into much details until we actually start our configuration. So first we have to base and establish our company code. So if we are speaking of company code, okay, so company code will be GM01, okay, or we can say map1 or GMAP. GMAP will be good. Okay. GMAP. Okay. So next step is we go to the configuration part, that is backend. And how do we access the backend? Using SPRO. Okay. The codes. SPRO. Enter. And under SPRO, we have enterprise structure and then finance. Okay. So SPRO, enterprise structure, finance, definition. Okay, we have definition and finance. And over here, we will establish our company code. So as a practice, what we do is we will finance, and we can copy company code, and we can also use edit company code data. You can go by any, both. If I go for edit company code data over here, I'll just go for new entries, and over here I can make a company code. But for that, this is one step transaction. But I'll show you how the practice is actually followed in the industry. Copy, delete, check company code. Over here, I will use copy organizational object. And company code is LAP9. Okay, to company code GMAP. Okay, this is the company code GMAP. Okay,
Right.
continue. Now, what I'm actually doing is I'm already copying from LAP9. That is a template company code or company we have established. So we will just copy a little bit of tables and some default SAP configuration provided by SAP configuration, so that our legwork is reduced. It is asking, do you want to copy the GL account? No, I will make my own. So I will say no. Controlling area LAP is assigned to company code LAP. Do you want to copy assignment to control? I will say no. The reference company code has local currency INR. Do you want to allocate different local currency? Yes. And that currency will be AED, as we have seen over here, AED. Okay. Continue. Continue. Continue, and it will keep copying. I mean, there will be some details on the ledger level, on the table level, number intervals. Now, number intervals are for documents. Those are for entries. Whenever we make an entry, a document number is generated. Those are the number, and that it will copy. So we don't have to do the legwork. Okay. So I'll press yes, and it will ask me, do you want to transport number ranges? Those number ranges are nothing but number ranges are what? Are document number ranges. Okay. And there can be other number ranges as well for different various document. And by document, I mean it can be a journal entry or a purchase order or a clearing document, whatever. Okay. Or a sales order. Okay. Do you want to really transport? Yes, I want to transport the number ranges. And over here, it gives me a prompt that it wants to save this customizing, or you can say configuration request. So I will use my own GMAP FICO config. So, I mean, we'll have a reference as to who is actually making this. Okay. Copy company code, copy, yes, okay. And again, intervals. Intervals are um, again number intervals, okay. Number range, again number range, okay. This is at the GL level number ranges or at the material management level. These are the number ranges. So the number ranges are basically assigned to every object, okay. Again number range, okay. So this will, you'll have to keep on. So this is basically number ranges are being automatically copied, so we don't have to do it manually. Do you want to transport? Yes, I'll say yes again. Company code copied to GMAP. Okay. Now comes the next part, which is financial accounting. So I'll write, okay, SPRO, financial accounting, and we will have general ledger account. Okay, GL accounting, general ledger accounting.